I've got a coffee.
Business up top, and I'm
A what?
That's a coffee.
What the fuck is that?
Tea and coffee.
Do we know what we're going to talk about?
You've just gone very pacey. Speak.
Hello? Fuzzy noise coming from the back of yours. It's
Ah,
annoying
so-
because no one can hear themselves.
Hi, my name's Steel Fizzle, and today we'll be doing some ASMR. Who's behind me? Saw you. What are you doing? You little piss bucket. What I'm gonna do one day is I'm gonna stab up. I'm gonna have someone gonna have some ketchup just fall on my head when I pull the knife back down.
Jesus.
Put the ketchup on hand. Just in case he has to fake a period. What's going on, guys? It's your boy. It was the Steel podcast here with the Steel Boys. I'm going to do this wrong, but we got Joe.
Yeah. Big up.
We got Rourke,
Yeah.
Up.
and we got Big Jambo somewhere.
You
over
did it
here, I
right. You
think.
did it right.
Hey.
Oh, fantastic!
Beautiful.
Fantastic. I believe you joined us now for episode 3. It's been a long ride. I didn't expect it to go on for this long. We've had some ups, we've had some downs, but you've all been here with us, and what more can we say other than thank you? And
What is that?
It's my tea.
That's such
That's
a
not
weird
tea.
cup.
That's coffee.
It's a
That's
double
tea in a
walled.
coffee cup.
It's double walled glass.
So weird. My mum has those, but they're for lattes. Does that have a handle?
No, it's just a cup. It's just a
Why?
circular cup.
Yeah, I have that for coffee. It's like
I will have a
Espresso
coffee
or
in it, but
something.
it's like 10 o'clock at night, and I don't want to be shagging the ceiling all night. So
Very true.
Fair.
winding it down.
Fair. Winded it
Fantastic.
down.
let us know in
Yeah.
chat if you ever shagged the ceiling.
Shagging
In
spiders
chat.
on the ceiling here.
Like fucking scary movie. When she's in the bed.
Chat
with
in the
those
comments.
guns.
Sorry.
Yeah. When she starts getting just done in by a ghost.
Great film. Absolutely
Oh,
fantastic film.
love
So
that
how's
film.
everybody's week being on Twitch?
Not too bad. Not too
Yeah,
bad.
Apart from
mine's
a
been
game freezing, it was all right.
Getting,
Fantastic.
getting a
Hitman
bit
3,
better.
game froze,
Mm.
turned the stream off. Pretty much how
That's
it went
exactly
today.
what happened with my Rocket League stream the other night.
Yeah,
got
but
super excited.
mate, we were in a final as well. That was even worse.
I feel like I got DDoSed. I feel like I want to blame someone.
You want to
Yeah,
blame
you
someone, but you can't. It's all your
Jamie.
fault, Jordan.
Fuck off.
I should.
Tell me.
Because Jamie doesn't go on comms.
How do you all think? What's the best way to grow on Twitch?
On Switch.
Yeah.
I think making
Um,
content on other platforms is pretty much the biggest thing you can do. Like TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, stuff like that. Get an audience on there, bring them over.
Okay.
Best thing.
Yeah, I think if you have more platforms to grow on, you
Mm.
have a bigger chance of sort of like striking it viral or whatever you want to call it. Where if you post a gaming TikTok and it blows up, say fucking 600-700 people like it, follow you, say half of them come over to your Twitch or your Twitter or whatever, like there's a couple of months work straight out the gate.
Yeah.
I think just having more platforms to
Mm.
market yourself on is a good start at least.
Mm. And with TikTok still being such a young app, it's only a couple of years old compared to like Instagram and Twitter. It's like so easy to grow and get on the For You page and gain followers and likes very easily.
I think we spoke about this the other day actually, where we were saying because it's so new and it's so untouched, like anyone can just go like viral on it. One video can go viral. There's no algorithm where it pushes the bigger creators, the bigger YouTube channels on the main page. It's open to everybody. So
It doesn't seem like you have to target a specific audience either to grow on it. Like I was literally flicking through my feed before of stuff for me. I follow like 6 people because I've just got TikTok, and one of the videos that popped up that was quite popular was literally like she must have been like 8 years old, and she was trading her own lipstick for her own other cosmetics, and people were just eating it up. Like she wasn't trading it with anyone else; she was just bartering with herself with some lipstick and some other products. And I was like,
fantastic,
strange. Just a hand and a girl going, all right, I've got this lipstick. I'll trade you for this lip balm. And she's like, no, this lipstick's like well good. You're gonna have to add if you want more. It's like, all right, I'll add. Here's some lip balm. Here's some skincare products, and this goes like, stay tuned for part 2. And I'm now staying tuned for part 2 because I want to know what happens.
Man's invested in the story, you know.
I want to know if it's worth it. I want to know if she
Man's
got the
digging
deal.
deep into the lore, into the backstories of the characters and that.
It's like Dragon's Den now.
See, that's another way to get you on TikTok is, stay tuned for part 2. And then they don't release it for a while. They release a couple of TikToks in between. Then they go, oh, part 2's here.
It's especially like those story time TikToks that you see. Like they get you really gripped with like a really intense story. And it's like for part 2, you get loads of likes, loads of people follow you. You release part 2 and it was just a shit story. Nobody would have wanted to hear it if you did it in one video. Would have just not gone anywhere.
In terms of growing on Twitch, though, I think it's only really for me Twitter and TikTok that I would say would be able to grow you. Facebook and Instagram, I don't think they do anything because it's only tailored to people that you know. Like Facebook, it's friends and family that you've got on there already, and Instagram sort of the same. I don't think unless you've got a shit ton of randomers that follow you on there, then. But I don't think it works. Twitter, obviously, using hashtags. Sometimes I don't even think Twitter really does that much because there's so many people on there constantly saying, I'm live, I'm live, I'm live. I think one of the things that does work, and Joe can speak firsthand on this, is getting in people's Discords, especially ones that have the now live posts, the auto ones, not the at everyone's, just the now live post. When we first started originally, before we relaunched Steel, Joe was pretty much in, I know for a fact he was in a lot of different ones. And he made sure that he was first by putting an exclamation mark before his name on Discord so that he would appear at the top. And I think in the old Inception server, we got you got Streamer of the Week pretty much early on. I did.
Yeah.
Purely because he was talking so much in Discord. And I think that's probably the best way to grow, is being in loads of Discords, talking in them all, but it's so time investing. Like you have to dedicate. If you want to be a Twitch streamer, you have to dedicate time to it. And doing all that just took so long. I can't imagine how. Obviously, I didn't do it, so I don't know how long it took you to do. But even the time that you dedicated to it, you only got like 10 viewers at a time. A lot of them were 10 consistent viewers for most of the streams, but that just goes to show you how much work is needed. I know, Jordan, you do Reddit, don't you, as well? So that's something new as well that I've not seen before.
I hold on, I'll bring it up. I did make a thread on Reddit the other day asking just the general population how they grow themselves. Just because you always feel like you're not doing something right, or other people are doing something that you're not. Like, it's the same when you try and tell someone about weight loss or like weight gain. They think that you, like, a personal trainer has the magic formula. It's like, it's not, but they're going to think you have because you do it for a living.
I think, like what Jamie said with it's very time intensive. I think when it comes to content creation as a whole, like just in general, whether you're a YouTuber, a TikToker, an Instagram influencer, Twitch streamer, whatever, I think growth takes the time, but once you get to a certain point, growth starts to naturally happen on its own. Like, I think the best way I can illustrate it is like getting from 0 to 1,000 followers. You need to network. You need to create content. You need to get out there. But then once you hit 1,000 followers, people are going to start sharing and talking about you and clipping your streams, and you're going to have enough viewers to like spread you. So you can die down a little bit on creating outside content, and the growth will still happen. It's not as time intensive. So I think it's a very forward heavy time investment. It's like put a lot of time in the short term, and in the long term you'll grow yourself.
I've got a solution.
What's that?
The Steel Esports waiting room. So
What's that, Joe?
What's that, Joe? Well, Jamie, let me tell you. So I did a little video before. It's an unlisted video on the Steel channel, and it'll go in a Steel Esports, the waiting room. So for those of you who don't know, we've got a waiting room right now. We're trying to build what we believe to be the best networking community. And I say community because if it's an event, it means it ends. It's a community, it goes on forever. It's the original plan is to get around 200 people in. It may sound saturated, but we are doing the hard work of going one-to-one to individual streamers.
Hold on. Jordan's just joined it. Jordan's just joined it because he's reminded himself. Because you
literally just reminded myself to join it. When Jamie said before you went in the waiting room, I was like, well, I've not been at my PC all day because I've been out. And then he's just mentioned it. Then I was like, oh, knew there was something.
I know you cut this out, Rock. This could have been a great TikTok, selling it, but it's been cut halfway through.
No, I think you should put that into a TikTok.
So we're planning on getting about 200 people. It sounds like it's going to be saturated, but we're doing the hard work to go out and find one-on-one to different streamers to bring them in. So then every streamer in there, all they have to do is be active, communicate, all that sort of stuff. We'll be moving them over to our server in waves as they come in. And there's going to be an opportunity to join the stream team. So we're going to be choosing 5 people to be on a stream team who will get everyone in a server with hundreds of people in it. And then we're going to review that monthly. So then if you're active, the most active people basically who we see the name pop up the most in people's streams, all this sort of stuff, will say you deserve it. And you can hold on to it if you keep doing it. But as soon as you slack off and having the everyone and other people step up, you're going to get swapped out for somebody else. So the next month, someone else is going to get the everyone. So it's basically a massive networking community, and you're going to grow your viewers tenfold just by talking in here. We're doing the hard work of getting people in. It's up to you now to just communicate and network with people. Well, that's the thing. It's not about just streaming everything yourself. It's about being in this. Once we integrate the waiting room with the actual service, about networking and providing people the most value. People got questions, answer them, get in there. Because the more you provide value to people, the more they're just going to come to you anyway. It would be natural affection. They'll want to come and watch you and support you because you're supporting them.
Yeah.
So it's constantly give, and you will receive. But if you start to expect to receive and go, I'm going to do this because I'm going to get viewers, your mindset changes and you start typing. You don't type for a few days, and then the only message you put in was, "Hi everyone, hope you're all well. I'm going live in an hour," and then that's it. Your whole demeanor changes, and it's not good. People see straight through it straight away. So you need to make sure you're giving value.
I feel like I know you're digging at there.
I was literally about to say I will delve into something here, and I won't.
Thousands of people on Twitch. That's who, Jordan.
Yeah, I won't mention names, but something that's obviously happened recently for Steel is an expectation to get viewers, regardless of being a streamer for us or not. If you don't speak, you don't get viewers, and that's how it works. If you don't give to other people, don't expect. Not being a streamer and also not speaking in the Discord does not entitle you to get viewership. Obviously, we all know of a few people that's happened to, and who's had that expectation. Yeah, Rock being one of them.
This guy, man. This guy.
I brought a sword today, Rock. I'll have no more of you shit.
I'd also like to add, whilst we're on a little plug-in section, that the offer still stands for everyone in the server. It's 25 for 25. If you invite 25 of your friends and they stay in the server and stay active, we'll send you 25 of your currency, pounds, euros, dollars, whatever it is. Think about it. If we get 200 people in, and there's more than 200 in the server anyway now, but 200 new people, every single one of them brings in 25 people. That's 5,000 people you can market yourself to. And if you're getting at everyone, that's 5,000 people know as soon as you go live.
That's TikToks.
Just referencing the waiting room and all that kind of stuff. Like, how many other people do you know do that? Like, as the
waiting room or the offer?
No, just the idea in general. Just like literally, how many organizations do you see literally saying like, "Come in, grow yourself, like, make friends, and let us help grow you"? Like, you just don't. You look around.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's all closed doors and. Like you've got to know someone to be like popular, or you got to have that one hit wonder, but it doesn't have to be a hit wonder. Like everyone's too busy focusing on themselves rather than just being like, well, if I help them, they'll help me. And that mentality, I think, just goes like people just overlook it so much.
Definitely. Yeah, and I think that's what's good about Steel. Sorry, John, finish.
No, I'll just say a little bit of kindness goes a long way, especially because everybody's trying to make it.
Definitely. And I was saying, I think that's what's good about Steel. We are an open book, and we're more than willing to answer any question. This is a business at the end of the day, and people bringing people into our server helps us as a business. It's a win-win. We're not just give. Like, as much as we'd love to give, we still need something in return. And growing the members and stuff like that, it's helping everyone. It's helping us. It's helping the members. It's helping every single person in here. The bigger we get, the more sponsorships and etc. we can approach, which will then grow the org as a whole. We get more esports teams. We can go to more events. We can start paying for people. We can do more giveaways where we can be like, the event's coming up. We're going to take 5 people. We're going to pay for five people to come to the event, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's a win-win for everyone. Whatever we get, we want to pass on. And I think this is the best idea for a modern day networking strategy out there. I think this is, it's got potential to be the number one networking community.
Yeah. And speaking of events, if you're in the UK, Insomnia, UK's biggest gaming festival.
Talk to me about this. When's it back?
Next year.
They're trying for so it's every 3 months of the year. There's like,
it won't be this year.
I think it will.
Not feeling like a little October one.
I think with the rate people are receiving the vaccine and how quickly it's like 5 million people have been vaccinated now, and the vaccine's been out for less than a month. Like, sure, there's like 66 million people in the UK, but 5 million in 2 weeks, 3 weeks is progress nonetheless. So, and that could speed up. You don't know, that could speed up.
Yeah.
Again, I think it'll most likely calm down once the elderly and the vulnerable are immunized. I think there's less risk then. You can drop down to tier 3, maybe even tier 2, because there's a lot less harm.
Just need Rock's dad to get it sorted.
What, so I can get down there?
Yeah.
You should have seen the queue today outside of the walk-in center. It was around the corner. There was just so many old people stood there with their umbrellas on in the rain, just getting walk-in jabs.
Yeah,
a lot of the. Oh, sorry, go on, Mark.
I was just going to say, a lot of the GPs here that have agreed to do the vaccine, they are just packed. It's ridiculous, especially Glasgow's centre. There's been queues that span almost the full mile of the area that the GP's in, and it's just wild to see how people want this one.
30, I think it was a couple of days ago, it was 35,000 new infections in a day, but there was also 430,000 new vaccinations. So, it's a long way to go, but they're on the right path.
Yeah.
Just wanted to quickly, side note, really, just looking back at the first podcast, episode 1 that went up, it's done really well. We've got 153 views, 16 likes, 3 comments. So I just wanted to read them out real quick.
Oh, God.
Go for
Kyle.
it.
Not even completed the game. Knows nothing, Jordan. Cyberpunk is wank.
Yeah, but
that was my favourite comment.
Kyle can't hold a bird for longer than 15 minutes, so his opinion's not valid.
There's the response. I said Big GG is in chat, and then Poke Gaming said GG. So thanks you guys for commenting. Episode 2, at the time of recording this, has not gone live yet, so we'll probably address that in the next podcast.
Tomorrow for us.
Which will be Wednesday the 27th.
Yes.
Awesome. So so make sure you comment.
So we're relevant because
this will be
out.
Out.
Yeah.
We'll give you a shout out, comment.
Yep. We could do that every time. Read out the comments from the most recent episode every podcast. That would be a good idea.
I think it's a good little.
Yeah. So leave a comment of something you want us to talk about or discuss.
So is that advice for yourself to get it edited and out quicker then?
Yeah.
We're doing episode 3 and doing comments from episode 1.
Well, we'll be doing episode 4, reading comments from episode 2, so it'll be fine.
Exactly. Working twos around it.
A little segue question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody believes in ghosts. Yeah.
I have had personal experience with the paranormal and ghosts. So
going back to Scary Movie.
I was so my room used to be totally different to how it was now. My TV used to be in a similar place to where it is, but it used to be up on the wall, and I used to have this big wooden structure where my bed was above my desk.
Give us a little tour.
All right. So
I show the viewers what we're
He's
what
got
we're
to hide his
talking about.
Japanese body pillows now. He's got to skim off his bed quickly.
Oh, there's a tissue on the floor. You could have removed that.
My cat is playing with that. Leave that alone.
That's
You
even
don't want
worse.
to play with
My
that.
cat was literally there. My cat's right there. It's playing with
Better
that.
not be a
It's playing
female
with
cat.
this. It's also playing with this. A little straw from a juice box.
Oh,
It loves this
Jesus.
shit.
Is it a male or female cat?
Male.
Well,
Who says
fortunate.
plastic isn't recyclable?
Recyclable.
But yeah, so my bed used to be like up, and then my desk was against that wall. So you know those bunk beds that's like bed over desk kind of style. I used to have one of them, but it was like sectioned off from the room with a big wall. And I used to wake up and get dressed in front of it, and my TV was like through a wall. And the night before school, I had turned off my TV completely, like fully turned it off, not even on standby, like off at the wall, kind of off. And I have a Virgin Media TiVo box in my room. I have had for quite a while. And my favorite thing to watch before I went to bed was usually some sort of cartoon back when I was that young. I think I was like 12, 13. And I'd been watching a cartoon on, I think it was Disney XD or Disney Channel, quite late at night. And I went to bed, turned my TV off at the wall, woke up, gone to school, never touched my TV. I got home and my mum started complaining that I'd left my TV on all day and it was blasting music just so loud. And this was a day that my gran had come over for a visit. She was up on holiday from South Africa, and she was here. This was one of the first days she'd come to the house to say hello on our holiday. And I went into my room, and bear in mind, my TV was completely off at the wall and everything. And the bit that scared me the most, I was like, who turned on my TV? And it just solidified the paranormal aspect in that the song playing was by Ghost, the band. So I like in my head, I just made that connection, and I can't stop thinking that ghosts are real just because of that. Like that is definitive proof for me that something is doing something out there. Like there is someone messing with me for sure.
I mean, I've had a few experiences, and I'll probably save it for a longer podcast. But I do know that we are thinking about Joe. You were saying you wanted to do some abandoned, like ruin diving, spelunking.
That would be very cool.
Which I did in university for some of my game design stuff. Got some artwork and some sounds from abandoned places, and there are lots around here.
You had ghosts in your old house, though, the one that your mum's house. Yeah, definitely. Because I was around there quite a lot when I was younger, and there was some funky shit going on. That's for sure.
Yeah,
I remember when I used to go around, he always used to say one of the rooms was haunted.
Yeah, so the guy who used to live in my house before me killed himself. Hung himself in the bathroom, and when we moved in and we took the wallpaper down, there was like it was either red paint or blood, but it just said like some very expletive words about his mum. Like he was very not a fan of his mum. Yeah, and he was just Jared, I think he was called, the guy who used to live there.
You know, some at 1G.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what his first name was. I thought he was just Mr. Summit, last name 1G.
Let's get rid of times. It's 5G now. Summit 5G.
Man's moving slow.
Sorry, go on. Jared.
No, that's pretty much where it was at. It's the guy who lived there before us, and throughout growing up there, it was just a very weird place to live.
I feel like this is definitely a podcast on its own, and I think if we are thinking about getting a guest on, I know there is definitely one person in Steel who would love to come on and share his experiences, and I'm sure we can arrange that.
I think it would be fun to hear what he has to say.
Pussies. I know his brother does some ghost hunting stuff, so he'll have a bundle of stories to tell us.
Maybe save it for like Halloween or something.
Fucking hell, that's a while away.
That's a while away.
Could do a live stream pod.
Oh, that'd
well, I
be
think
good.
we should do if we're going to do it like that. Is I think that we should, when we are able to, get broke up this neck of the woods, and we should all go out spelunking and do a podcast themed around the spelunking, like a little ghost stories podcast.
Why are we out here spelunking?
I was gonna say the choice of word spelunking. I don't actually know exactly what that means, but it
just means caving, going into caves and going into.
Just
I thought it was like drive-by
adventuring.
spunking.
No.
Mountain style.
No.
Fucking drive-by.
John will be driving. I'll be out the window like, ooh. Bus wankers.
No.
Get splunked.
Oh shit.
Hey, you've just been splunked.
But yeah, I think
yes,
if we do
officer,
get a...
that's the man right there.
No one else said a thing.
I think if we do get a special guest, that would be a good topic to talk about. He seems like he has some interesting stories.
Yeah, definitely. We'll get him
theft
on
and ghost related.
Yeah. Liverpool, man, it's a crazy place.
Doing madness. No, I'm up for filming videos, ghost hunting, all that sort of stuff, abandoned buildings. I think videos in themselves would be good.
Yeah.
And then we could always do a 24 hours later or something, do a podcast where we talk about the whole experience more in depth. And it's good to reflect, to think on something like that. Your mind goes to a different place sometimes. So
yeah,
you know where we should go? Heaton Park Graveyard.
okay.
A little experience. My uncle camped out in Heaton Park's cemetery when he was younger, and it all gets locked up at night, so you can't get in. And they stayed on the grounds until after dark when it was already locked up. And they were camping out on the grounds near the church, and they said that they saw him and his friends saw a bunch of hooded figures, sort of like a cult gathering going on around a fire, and
just a young teammate.
They noticed him and chased him and his friends, and they basically ran to the gate and jumped over the gate. And as soon as the hooded figures got to the gate, they like hit the gate and just like dissipated through it. You like smoke. And he's just never gone back ever. This is when he was younger, and he's like in his 40s now.
Mad.
I think we should go there. I think we should chase up the lead. See what happens.
I think he was on drugs.
I mean,
it was like Topia at the time. It's all lights. Holograms and that. I mean, that doesn't sound like the most friendly encounter.
Well,
no,
you're not really selling it to me there.
I'm not looking for fucking Casper.
Why not? I'd like to meet Casper.
I would like to meet Casper as well. A friendly ghost.
No.
Fucking Ghostbusters job here.
You've just been splunked.
If I'm gonna go somewhere that's supposed to be paranormal, I want to be scared shitless.
I do think abandoned buildings.
I think that's dangerous though, because depending on what you see, it could very well be. It could be life damaging.
Yeah,
experience.
I think there's a difference in what you're saying as well, Jordan. Is scared shitless because you don't know what's there. You can hear a noise upstairs or something. You're like, what the fuck? You're just frightened. Or there's being chased out of the fucking park by hooded figures. There's a difference in sense of scared.
I'm just saying, if there's anyone out there that isn't a massive bitch and wants to go danger spelunking, you know
there's that word again.
Yeah, you know where my at is.
But there's being scared of something you can't see, being scared of like the unknown. But being like touched by a fucking demon and sent into paranormal schizophrenic depression for the rest of your life is a little bit fucking different.
Listen, we've watched Tenacious D. We know what to do in that situation.
You got to gamble though, haven't you? It's just one of the things.
Longest fucking time ago.
Now the thing is with the hooded figures as well is it's fucking Heaton Park. Like,
could be a load of utes.
It could have been a load of utes. It could have
with a couple of smoke bombs.
Again, we'll just
they were just smoking on the way to the gate. They got there and breathed out.
I'm down. Maybe in the summer when it's warm.
Yeah.
In the summer when it's warm and doesn't get cold.
Maybe when we're allowed to leave.
2 a.m.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
I mean, yeah, no, it does sound good. The whole idea of going somewhere and camping out or looking through abandoned buildings. Excites
I think we
me.
should go camping. Just general camping anyway. I
think camping is a good idea.
I do like camping.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, like,
Can't set up a tent.
I know it's not proper camping, but Insomnia, you camp out at
I'll go if someone else does it.
And you basically just camp in a huge ass warehouse with a bunch of other people, but you get like little communities together. You push all your tents around in a big square because you all have your own allotted space. You just have like a little guild square where all your friends like have a communal area, and then you've got all your tents.
But you're not really living life on the edge there. If you stay in a hotel, you've got that danger of, is your mate going to throw up in the taxi or is he not?
Rourke, I've heard stories about you, Rourke.
What do you mean? What stories have you been hearing?
I just heard that you're a man that likes to throw up in his hotels. Not me.
Oh yeah, no, not you.
Dreamer being you.
Have
we got time for this story? Do you think? Should we say it? Should we tell it?
I'm not telling it because I don't remember it. So me telling it would be a lie.
Yeah. Jordan's more of a fall asleep in a toilet cubicle kind of guy.
Go on and spit the story out, but start from the very beginning.
The very, as in
when we was at the place when I was there as well.
Game.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember when the date was. This was when was the Insomnia? Jordan, do you know? Because I know then I'll know the year.
It would have been we didn't go. It wasn't the winter one. It was.
Was it 2018?
Vegas.
I was 21. 6 years, 5 years ago.
2018.
22. I was 22 when we went Vegas.
So it was then we booked Vegas. I know it wasn't
3 years ago. No, it was 4 years ago.
4 years ago then.
It wasn't 3 years ago.
4 years ago. So it was Vegas then. It was the year of Vegas. We went Vegas later on.
Right.
Yeah, it's the year we was in and out again.
That's when we won the Rocket League tournament winners. Anyway. Tournament winners. Anyway, we'll move on from that. That's a different story.
Fallen off since then though.
Anyway,
how are you?
Neither here nor there. So 4 years ago, we were running Steel, and we got invited to a charity event at Game, like a lockdown 24 hours, by the organization that was doing it at the time. I can't for the life of me think of the name. Anyone know?
Don't matter. Irrelevant.
Joe and Jordan were there. Rock wasn't because it didn't exist to us back then.
It didn't exist to us. Didn't exist.
It was for cancer for gamers or something like that. It was cancer research, essentially. We had a couple of streamers at the time. One of the streamers was similar to one that we have now, in that she got an average of 100 viewers, 150 viewers every stream. Now, at the time, the food place was shutting. So we launched up a stream. We were playing H1Z13s. The stream was active. We'd just been raided by this girl who was a streamer with us at the time. And we had, I want to say, about 160, 170 people watching us. But we were fucking starving. And we panicked and we said, right, look, stream, we're going to be dead quick. We're going to zap off, go get food and then come back. We left the stream on like a be right back screen. All these people waiting. The girl who hosted us was in the chat, so I imagine she was just keeping everyone entertained. We already had like 15, 20 viewers anyway off our own back. We ran to Subway. We were fucking legging it in a closed Trafford Centre. Got some food and then ran back. We got stopped by a security, like a night cleaner, asking why we were still here. And we had to explain that,
obviously
that we were in Game.
It's like 11 o'clock at night and we're just getting about fucking Trafford Centre.
Poor guy thinks he's being robbed. He's on his little scooter, cleaning the floors.
So yeah, we get back. We'd got our 12-inch foot-long subs. Go back to what we were expecting to be a really great stream, and obviously, like I said, this is for charity with another organisation. Only to find out that our stream was cut off, ended. So
Paranormal. It wasn't.
Quick look around, wondering what's going on. Obviously, visibly, all three of us were pissed because for charity is the first reason. Secondly, loads of fucking viewers. thirdly, we knew Steel was going to grow off the back of it. So we asked the guy who was there, who's looking after us from game, did he know what happened? He said he didn't know, so no issues. And then the other organization had a stream up as well, and they had 2 or 3 viewers in. They were quite a small company. I think how esports, the reason why they got it is because one of them worked at game, so it was their idea. And then we just asked them, what do you know what happened to our stream? And their answer was, we turned it off because it was making our stream lag. Now, don't know about anyone that's watching this, and feel free to let us know in the comments. But if something's for charity, why would you turn it off?
The more viewers, the better.
We had more viewers. There was more chance of us raising more money than them. And in the end, we did raise more money than them. And they turned ours off because theirs was lagging. And because of that, we had to leave the event, the 24 hours, because we were so pissed off that even happened, that we packed our stuff up and just said, look, we're going to continue this at home. We got home and then we fucking crashed because it was like 2-3 a.m. in the morning.
I think I had work as well.
Yeah. Something like that. I don't think you were going though originally, but I think you ended up going.
I was in 2 minds, and I was like, I'm going to go anyway. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah.
So that happened, and obviously visibly a bit pissed off. I think it was 3-4 months later. I think we went to Insomnia, me and Jordan, as a little duo. We were planning on playing in the Overwatch tournament, the Open tournament. We'd met some guys online, and we were sort of training every now and again for that. We had our old jerseys on. It was just me and you. We were near a friend of mine who worked for a company that I worked for at the time. And across the whole of the event, it was really good. Until one night when we went to Asda, we got a litre bottle of Smirnoff vodka. And Jordan filled
and a 6-pack of water bottles.
Jordan emptied the water bottles, filled it up with that, and was sipping it throughout the entire day. Then we had a pub quiz.
He is now.
Yeah, like he is now.
I don't know what you mean. This is Coca-Cola.
It's a light Coca-Cola.
Sponsored.
We had
we wish.
We had a pub quiz, which was really fucking good. Recommend if they still do it at Insomnia. It was awesome. We seen Syndicate there. We had drinks. We did a train, a little show off. We got a little bit tipsy, I would say, from the pub quiz. But all in all, our table was right at the front. It was a really good event. Didn't win, but is what it is. We came out. Everyone was chilling out near the bar, near the BYLC area where we were situated. Jordan was near there. I was at the bar getting us some drinks. Jordan still had his vodka. And then I don't think I got us any drinks. I think we went out. We went outside for a little bit. As far as I'm aware, this is how the story goes. So we went outside for a little bit with because it's hard. The amount of stuff that happened, it's hard to piece in what order it happened in.
Yeah.
And honestly, I have no frame.
A lot of stuff happened, and he can't remember. So it's only really my memory that's got to go off, and my memory's pretty shit. But I remember each event individually for 100%. So they were drinking the bottle of vodka, and the guy who's friend from work, his missus, comes to the events as well, and she's a big gamer, and she was drinking with us as well. So we're outside chilling out. She smokes, so we're all talking. I was talking to them, and we spot 2 people who were from the organization at the game event. So Jordan sees them. Jordan says, "Right, I'm just gonna go over, say hello to him." So I'm like, "Okay," think nothing of it. Go over. He's there for about 5 minutes, not very long. And then he comes back over. I say, "Oh, how did it go?" He goes, "Yeah, good." We come back inside. I didn't say hello. That was it. I was still fuming from the previous time, but
understandable.
Yeah. So we go to go back to the bar. We get some drinks. Jordan sat down on a chair, just away from the bar. So I'm getting some drinks, and Jordan's ex was at the bar, and she come up, she tried speaking to me, and then she said, "Oh, I think you need to help Jordan." I'm like, he's sat down. I turn around with these 2 drinks, and Jordan is perched over himself, sat on the floor. No longer sat on the chair, just like that. So I can't see his face, so I go over. I'm like holding these drinks, like slurping one. I'm like, "You all right?" And within, I want to say, a couple of seconds of me looking away and turning back, he'd thrown up on himself. Just as like a little puddle in his like in his crotch area of his own sick. So he's not feeling great. I'm like, shit, right? Are you all right? Let's get some water in you. And the only water he had was vodka next to him. So he starts sipping that. And he ain't sipping water. I'm like, right, let's take that away.
You don't get off the train,
get some water
Once
from
you're
the
on
bar.
the train, you don't get off the train.
Get some water from the bar, try and get that in him. And then he goes, from there he goes to the toilet. Now, I've never had this before. I've never known anyone to be stuck in a toilet before until this. He goes in the toilet, falls asleep in the toilet. Couldn't hear me shouting him. Couldn't hear any of the friends that we were with shouting him. 2 people from security had to come in, drill the door, take the door off its hinges to get him out. As soon as they remove the door, he wakes up. As soon as they remove the door.
Because you assumed I was trapped. I wasn't trapped. I was sleeping.
Yeah, but you were sleeping, but then you didn't hear anyone shout anything. You didn't hear the drills, and then somehow you wake up when the door comes off. These guys, we left 2 guys with a fucking door off a toilet. There was a guy who was just at the BYOC holding the fucking screws in his hand. All he did was come in for a piss, and next thing you know, he's got these screws from this door in his hand. You get someone from the first aid came in with a wheelchair for you to wheel you out, and it was me, and she's called Caitlin, the guy's missus, because she's a first aider at her work, so helping out. So we walk with you and this guy from first aid, and I'm not sure how much of this I'll be able to say, so I'll only say the couple of things that you said to him. I want to do a disclaimer. Jordan is not a bad person. He was just intoxicated and he didn't know what was going on. Walk from the BYOC toilets to the first aid room is about a 15-minute walk, because the what's it called? What's the building called?
The NEC.
The NEC. It's a massive building. There's a lot of rooms in the NEC.
Birmingham.
Yeah, it's a very big building.
So it's quite a walk to the first aid room. Jordan's passed out. That whole walk of him being pushed to the first aid, he was in and out of consciousness, I would say. In and out of his sleep. Of whereby he said a couple of things to the guy that was pushing him, a first aider. He was always trying to help the first aider. Jordan didn't know. One of them being, and I think it was probably the first thing that he said, "Who the fuck's this fat cunt?" Now, he was a big guy. That's not his fault. He likes to eat, clearly. It's not a problem. Maybe it's just hard for him to shift the weight. Jordan didn't know who it was. Who the fuck's this fat cunt? One of my favourites.
Random first aider from the NEC. If you're watching this, I apologise deeply.
By now, we're on part 11 of the TikTok of the story.
Probably quit. One of my favourites, pedo. Nice and easy.
I mean, you try having a stranger touch you. Oh, nice experience.
There's a couple of random ones, like, where the fuck am I going? Who the fuck's this?
All valid questions.
Yeah.
Not in the state you was in, no.
No, not really.
The picture would make sense.
None of which you were coherent enough to understand the answers to.
He fell asleep after he asked the question. Didn't even hear the answer.
So there was a couple more choice words that were said, but non-repeatable on podcast. So we get to this room. He's on the bed. He's got a couple of sick bags near him. And I don't have the videos for this. I deleted them a while ago, but it was me and Caitlin on this other bed looking at him, and the noise he was making. If you picture Jurassic Park, just a couple of dinosaur noises in the background is the noises he was making, because it was just me and Caitlin on a bed going. It was Jordan going.
Oh, you know what? I did it because I knew a couple of years down the line I'd have some stand-up content. That's why I set myself
My
up
guy,
for
you know, plans the future.
Credit to you.
He knows.
Also, for all you children watching this, I don't know if you know this, but alcohol is a poison, right? It poisons your body. I'll make as many dinosaur noises as I want.
So
Fantastic.
anyway, we were in there for about 2 hours, I want to say, of Jordan on this bed, and then someone else had to come in, so we had to make room. So they were like, "Well, which one's not as bad? He's just pissed. Let's get him out." He was sort of in and out of sleep a little bit. I was dragging him to this fucking taxi to take us home to the hotel. And in the taxi, I'm literally in his ear saying, like, don't throw up, because I don't want to fucking pay 50 quid to this taxi man to clean up your sick. Don't throw up. Please do not throw up. And he's like, I won't. Falls asleep. We get there to the hotel, get him out. He's like, fucking, I'm like, yes, done now. He's out of the taxi. Don't have to pay 50 quid. We walked to the back door because for some reason you couldn't get in through the front. You had to walk all the way through the car park and at the back. And I say to him, I literally stand him up, arms on his shoulder. He's looking at me, his head's going everywhere. And I'm like, look, when we get in this door, just make it to the room. Don't throw up, please. Please do not throw up. Because as soon as you go through the back door, there is a camera pointing right at the fucking, like the entrance bit. As soon as we get in the door, as soon as we get in, my guy just dribbles this sick on the fucking floor. So my first thought, not see if you're all right, my first thought was this. To hide myself. To hide myself from the camera that was pointing. And then, so he's been sick, and I'm like, I'm not waiting for you to finish this. Drag him upstairs. He stops being sick. We get to the room, and he's in the toilet. I'm like, thank fuck for that. We're here now. Golden. Just got to get him in bed. Not a problem. Going to the toilet. He's pissing in the bath.
I had a lot to get out, and the toilet wasn't big enough.
He's pissing in the bath. He wasn't sick once when we were in the room. Pissing in the bath. His pants, literally, one leg on, the other off. Wallet all over the floor. So his ID and his cash are everywhere. So he takes his jeans off, and I walk him to the bed, and he just fucking lies flat on the bed, and he's gone. Next morning, gets up. The first concern, I've lost 20 quid.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
I don't know where your fucking money is, mate. But I think you need to hear this, because you were fucked last night. And he's like, I don't remember any of it. I was like, you're not fucking drinking again. Poured all the vodka down the sink. Didn't have it. We had to get a taxi back to the event, because that's where my car was, because we were driving in between. And since then, he's not stayed in an hotel. He's been camping.
It's just less of a walk, isn't it?
It's less of a hassle.
The time I went after was the Mayweather versus McGregor boxing fight, and I got not in a similar state, but I did have a fair bit to drink, because the NEC connects onto a casino, an underground casino. And there's videos of me, at the airport. There's them conveyor belts you stand on and they move you. There's a video of me and like 4 other people all sat like we're in a canoe, just pretending to row down this conveyor belt, like on the way back from the casino. But you gotta get fucked up in strange places. There's no better place for it.
Right. So the next day, then, after he'd realised that he's lost 20 quid, we get our taxi back to the NEC, go to our desk, chill out a bit. Jordan's literally, his days are right off. He's slumped over his desk. At the time, you could order food to your desk, so I think he ordered a pizza, and I just said, look, I'm going to go explore the floor, because there was exhibition halls. So I went had a little walk around, and the guy from the other org, from Game, comes up to me, says hello, says, how you doing? I was like, yeah, I'm all right, thanks. How are you? Being kind. Yeah, not too bad. your friend came over to me yesterday and slagged me off. I was like, oh, what do you mean? I know he came over, but he said he just was asking how he was. No, he came over and called me a fat cunt for turning off the stream.
And you know what? I stand by it. He deserved it.
I was like, all right, okay. Didn't really know how to react. Two things. One, because that's all he told me, and you were there for a long time. So to this day, I don't know exactly what you said to him. All I know is you called him a fat cunt. Something else that I will not also. I got banned for saying it on Rocket League. And that he shouldn't have turned the stream off. And two, it wasn't even him. He didn't even do it. He was probably the nicest person out of that org who always came and asked us how he was.
Wasn't he the one who left? Because his wife was having a kid the night of the event. So he had to leave because her water's broke or something.
I mean, to be fair, if you're going to turn off a charity stream, you've got to be some kind of cunt.
There you go. Thanks. See?
It was a tall lanky guy with long hair it was who did it. He was about 6'3" and he had long hair and he was a twat. I
think he still works there. Trafford Centre game.
No, he didn't work there, but it was the guy that did work there was Ginger and he was a knobhead as well. Not because he was ginger, just because he was a knob.
Next time you go into game to buy any sort of PS4, PS5, whatever kind of game,
Trafford
they're going to give you a snapped disc, mate.
Don't go in. Don't buy from Game Trafford Centre. You get nits.
You get worms, mate.
Game Trafford Centre gives you nits. You heard it here first.
But yeah, that's the insomnia story. Oh, Jordan muted himself. What did you do that?
I don't know. I just hit the wrong. I can't see because my eyes blocked by the microphone, and I clicked with my hand, and it was like,
see.
I was muted.
My eyes blocked.
My eyes blocked.
Brilliant.
Start wearing your glasses more.
No.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Fan bloody. Well, anyway, that's the insomnia story. Anyway.
That was a good story, mate. Good story.
That was a good story.
Cranked out a good 30 minutes telling people the shameful aspect of my life.
While you drink your sorrows away.
Jordan,
it's only gone downhill from there, I'll be honest with you.
I feel like every single podcast so far, I know we've only had 3 episodes, but every podcast so far, the best content has either been from stories about you or just you out of context. It's great.
That's why he's here.
We need a Twitter account out of context, Fizzle.
And with that, guys, I'm announcing my solo career. I'm going to drop the dead weight and just become a stand-up comic.
Wow, man said dead weight, you know.
Imagine.
Whatever floats your goat.
A boat.
I do what I do. This is why I'm here, isn't it? It's for the views. Pump the numbers up.
It's for the views. Pump the numbers up.
The numbers up.
See how it is. Got a long way to 1K, mate.
So, guys, I think that's been a very
section's getting edited out.
Episode 3.
Episode 3. Well,
I think that was good.
Yeah, I think it was also good.
Make sure you cop your merch. gamersapparel.co.uk/store/steel.
Yep.
Make sure you get on that.
Make sure to check out Steel Esports.org on TikTok and Twitter. You can also join the Discord, link down in the description, and all of our individual links will also all be down in the description
all
below.
the links are in the description now.
If you do want to stream for Steel and in part of this community we mentioned earlier, the link for the waiting room will be down below. You can find all the information there.
Top link in the description for the waiting room.
Fantastic.
Join it, say hello.
Something else I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Leave a comment on tomorrow's episode before this one goes out. It'll already be out. Leave a comment on episode 2 and on this episode to give us something to talk about next time. We'll read them out, give you a shout out, and if you have any interesting questions, we might discuss it. If you're boring as fuck, you'll get a shout out anyway.
Happy days, everybody wins. There we go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hit that like, rate, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Follow us on everything. And we'll see you in episode 4.
Peace.
Ah, bitch.